If you're feeling stressed and you feel like you're in a cycle that you can't get away from, I have some good news for you. And the good news is that it's not your fault. Domestication, when we come to the planet, that starts around the age of 6-ish, when we can hear and follow directions, we go to school. We can pick up a lot of black knot disease that will suck the life out of you if you don't wake up from it and set yourself free. So we operate like nature. And so what's black knot disease? I call it black knot disease because I had a plum tree in my yard in Pennsylvania, and it got black knot disease, and it really fits. So if you've never seen black knot, it's a fungus that grows, and it grows on the trees. The spores get into it. It's like the environment you're in, and when the spores get into it, it creates a fungus, infects the veins of the tree, and it basically makes big bulges and squeezes the life from the tree. So if you let it go and it gets all around the tree, it literally sucks the life out of the tree. And so I like to call what happened to us in domestication black knot disease, because when we were growing up, when we were being conditioned on what we were supposed to do to fit in, we were told not just who we are, but what we were not. And we bought into those lies, and those lies are part of your lie identity. And black knot disease, said simply, is the thing that puts you into approval addiction and playing the prove it game. And it really erodes your trustworthiness to yourself, because you're not being yourself. Because you're tied up in black knot disease, meaning it's all the things that you tell yourself, all the reasons that you tell yourself that you're not good enough, and the things that you think you're not. And that's what black knot disease is. And that comes from conditioning, when people compare you to other people and say, oh, you have this, but you don't have that. And you accept, a lot of the knots and the lack of worthiness, and you don't know when you're 6, you really haven't developed your awareness to know that you have the capability to determine who you are and to reveal your authenticity. And then if you are worried about getting love and affection from people around you, you can develop the other disease, which is approval addiction. And approval addiction is not necessarily the knot disease is what you're telling yourself about what, why you're not worthy enough, good enough, and why you're, all the things you're not. But the approval disease is when you think you have to get external validation from the outside for you to be worthy enough and to gain love, instead of having it come from the inside. So just a couple insights that I've come to find that I want to share with you today. Think about if that's you, if you're stressed, if you're burned out, if you're feeling like you're on a cycle and you can't get off, is to start asking yourself, what is the story that I tell myself about why I'm not enough, or what I'm not, what I can't do? Because anything that has that NOT is like, think black knot, think the enemy's trying to choke you, because he is. If you go back into Genesis, how Satan, got Eve to focus on lack is with the word not. He said, you're not allowed to eat from any of these trees. She goes, oh yeah, we can eat from the trees, just not that one. So he had that not focuses your attention on the lack, something you don't have. So the first thing to ponder is to think that you and know that you were made by your Creator with a purpose. And a lot of times when you're getting disruption in your life and you're on a cycle and you keep getting disrupted and you feel like the world is going against you, it's trying to shake you and wake you up to knowing that you are here for a purpose, a unique purpose. And when you get shook up, the reason it's shaking you up is it's trying to shake you out of that knot story, the black knot disease. And the approval addiction disease looking for external validation in all the wrong places outside of you instead of from within is another disease that you want to look at and work on shaking that story. Because when the biggest danger that you can do to yourself, if you are one of those people, and you may say you're not a yes person, you're not worried about what other people think, yet you're wringing your hands and you're not making any of your decisions on your own. If you have that disease, the biggest thing that it's going to harm you with is trusting yourself and your confidence, and keeping your honor and your word to yourself, and being able to say yes to the things that matter and have meaning for you, that align with your purpose, align with your values, and align with universal law for harmony of all concerned. Those things are really what you want to get yourself in alignment with, and that's called, an inspired decision. So if this is resonating at all for you, I want you to invite you to a free webinar that's on my brand new website, rhondapetite.com, and it's on the page under coaching services. It's also at the top. It says upcoming events, and you can pull down the arrow and you could watch it there. But watch that webinar and realize that it's not your fault that you got tied up in black knot disease and approval addiction, but it is your responsibility to awaken yourself to the fact that you are unique, you are special, you're made in God's image, you are perfect just the way you are, and you're being called to a mission. And the day that you decide to surrender to the truth, your true identity of why you were created, and you surrender to that, then you're going to step into your appointment, and you're going to know your purpose, and you're going to know how to say yes to the things that are you're supposed to be saying yes to, and no to the things that you're not. And all of a sudden, when you step into that appointment, you will not be denied. That is a promise. So if I've got your curiosity, go to the website, rhondapetite.com, and watch the free webinar there, and ask yourself those questions. Do I have black knot disease? Has that been tying me up and cycling me up? And do I have approval addiction? And am I ready to step into the disruption, awaken to my purpose, and rise in it? And if you do, you're going to be free, and you're going to show up for everyone else in the way that you were designed to create unbelievable fulfillment in your life. Have a great day.